Hello and welcome to this channel. Welcoming you all to the 12th April 2025 Hindu editorial analysis. Here we'll discuss about the today's headlines, thought of the day, today's day, and many more editorials that was going to be interesting. So stay tuned till the last. And if you're new to the channel, just subscribe to my channel. Let's aim for 100 subscriber. I am working from last 3 months from January editorial, and my channel was starting from September, so it's always going to be more than 6 months. So I found that I am working very hard in this channel, and maybe you like the content, so must visit, have some time and just see the content if you like it. So for staying updated, just subscribe to the head button and stay updated to my posted editorials, shorts, everything. So let's start the editorial without wasting the time with the front page about the thought of the day, today's day, and front page covering about the AIDMK BJP cell deal from 2026 elections in Tamil Nadu. Jaishankar calls for a swift partnership with the West. Third page is covering about the Beijing hit back US with a 125% tariff. We'll also discuss about the industrial output to the index, industrial production index. So here we'll discuss with detail, and from this initiative also started adding some pictures so that you can clearly get to know what the article is saying. That just I think just detecting things and reading the tutorial not giving so much results, so I also added for visualizing the pictures through it. So next page I added next is the India win interim deal with US during the 90-day phase. Through the pictures I already for the basic information also, and extra contents I also try to add. Fourth is the 6.84 lakh families under the Haryana for the giving a false avail into BPL AI benefits. 6 pages covering about the IAP index and their refineries. Maybe this should be on after the second page, so I will link it to, don't worry about it. 7th page is about the editorials covering the Beijing India's report as a milestone opportunity. A writer is beautifully presented this editorial, so we'll discuss in a very much good detail, so don't worry about it. And 8th is about the giving a shape to the university for future. 9th page is covering about the visiting of spirituals. Varanasi is now leading economic hub. And 10th is about the development nations are more reliable trading partner, says the commerce minister. So this we are going to cover today. So without wasting time, let's start the editorial with the front page with the thought of the day that when we choose to trust the journey and embrace the love and joy, we are free to fly. So the part that we choose ourselves, and without demotivating, without doubting ourselves, if we trust the journey that we choose for ourselves and continue with the love and joy, then we can able to live the life that we want. So just believe in yourself, trust your journey, and it at the end it all will be worth it. So today's day is the International 12th April International Day of Human Space Flight. Is the first human space flight carried out by Yuri Gagarin, a Soviet citizen, and the historic event opened by the war for space exploration for benefit of all humans. So this is reminding of the day 12th April for the first time it's a human that has went to space. So second is about the Hindu editorial covering about the AIDMK BJP seal deal for 26 election Tamil Nadu, and it's a full year ahead. Tamil Nadu and AIDMK and BJP reviewed their electoral ties, and Friday with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, coalition with government would be formed after elections. And after addressing the press conference, he reiterated that 2026 election would be fought under the leader AIDMK General Secretary Edappadi Swami, and the key issues is upcoming. Let me just give me 1 minute. So this is the order issues here, and highlighting the ruling content. So that state contains issues such as what was the highlighting content was what is this a Sanatan Dham. It's about Delineation Commission. It's about the NEET, and also the state is regarding the 3 language education policy. So people attention. So these are the highlighted content, and AIDMK and BJP will sit and discuss. If required, there will be common minimum program, so taking the real issues. So next is about our foreign minister Mr. Jaishankar called for a shift. The US recent tariff has focused on mind on the needs for connecting the certain skewed nature of openness and partnership. So it is argued that opportunity for focus on three big free trade agreement and negotiation with US. So many of us have argued that our complementary partner are in the West where real growth is possible, and it's a contractual underpinning and are more competitive. So follow through keys on bi and multi collaborations framework like a US India initiative, critical and emerging technologies, I see it, and many reality checks of partnership would be that you have to move both regulatory system and real economy in a step each other. So these are all. Moving to the next is about this here is a picture that is about Kartavya Path, that how there is so much pollutions and dust storming there in India Gate. That's also led to the heavy rain in some parts of the region in north. Next is about the industrial output growth slows to a 6-month 2.9% of FAB. Sorry, I just made some changes here. The PPT was dearranged, so I arrange it again. So next is it's about industrial output growth slows up to 6 months, and it's a 22.9% in FAB. So it is a data that released by NSO, and the index of industrial IAP, it's grew in a 6 month about to 2.9%. So it's the deaccelerating growth across all sectors from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and IIP growth came to much lower than 4% in the Reuters. And the combination of high base effect along with the slow growth in a mining and manufacturing sector led to the growth falling in a Feb 2025 state of Paris. So these are the, let's have a basic background. What is IIP here? So basically the IIP is index of industrial production. This chart just imagine this is a industrial production index of industry. Here it consists 7.93% consists electricity, 14 point mining, and it's 77.63 consists manufacturing unit, and it is dragged to 2.9%. So basically it consists sorry, so it consists three parts like electricity, manufacturing, and mining. Already I have shown there. And what are the 8 core sectors of our main 8 core sector? Questions are asked in their arranging order. So first is like refinery. Maybe this page is cut here. So refinery first is refinery, which consists more than 80. Let me just. First is refinery. It's 70% more. Electricity is it's 20. Maybe the picture is not. Picture is cropped here. So next is, just give me a minute. Next time I will add it, don't worry. But this is coal that is 10.3%. Okay. Electricity, steel. This is steel 70. So first is refinery, that is major. Second after it is steel. Third is coal, and then after fertilizer is at bottom. It's 2.63%. So these are the percentages. Next one is the Beijing hit backs at the US with 125% tariff. So in China on Friday, it's a tit for tat movement against a Trump administration. Like it's April 2, there is a liberation day. April 2, there is a liberation day where tariffs are implemented. And there is 34% tariff on all Chinese imports, bringing total to 54%. So China responded with additional 34% tariff on US product. After that, retaliated to the 50% tariff on using total US import to 84%. And after that, Trump once again raised it to the 145% Chinese import. So it is retaliating to the 125%, as certain even the China's custom tariff US, even if the US imposed a higher tariff, it would no longer make economic sense, and the Chinese market accepted the current tariff level. So China's new tariff of 125% against US imports and China custom tariffs. Next is the more it's India's win an interim deal with the US during 90 pause. So it's that India got a 90 days of pause from the tariffs, and they are trying to negotiate with the US so that the tariffs, the 27% that implemented on India should be like managed, and it will. So it is a work to sue upon as interim trade to deal with US and win on term condition for 90-day pause. So here a continuous engagement and could through the video conference and it could be some visit in both ways. So among the various possibilities, the two sides could reach an agreement and tariff within 90 days, a win for both. So there is a Mr. Trump put on hold of 90 days of reciprocal tariff, including 26% levy on India, but a baseline tariff of 10% stays for all. So it's more time and steps delivered to the first ranking of fall of 25, and the term reference to the proposed of BT already has been signed on the two sides. This is what is already in markets we hear the two terms like the what is bear market and what is bull market. Bull is always representing the growth, and the bear representing to the like declining growth curve is declining here. So the bear market here, it demand is the outspace supply, and the bear market is supply outspaces demand. It's a high there is a higher liquidity in the market, and there is a lower liquidity when the demand is less and there is a production is more. Demand is less, production more, then it will come lead to the higher liquidity. So the stronger economy, GDP and higher employment rates are needed, and here the weak economy, lower GDP growth are required. Next is about there is a 6.8 families under the lens of in Haryana for giving a false of the avail of BPL and AI benefits. So here the cases are reported against that many peoples are falsely claiming himself as a BPL member, and how they are benefiting, how they are taking AIA benefits. What is A? It's Antyodaya Ann Yojana card holders from Haryana over. It's a 6.84 lakh, and the states had already providing false incomes in the Parivar. It's a Parivar Pehchan Patra PPP to illegally obtain benefits meant for. So it's a PPP introduced 2019. It's already it is implemented from 2019. So it's already it is covering like more than it's more than 6 years, and now it is delivery of government scheme services benefit. So the fair prices shop of a government already department and data from a fair prices shop. So this month that government has have a sent a text message to the warning them to voluntarily correct their income details by PPP by April 20. So that there will face consequences, and wrong income details and artificial division of family Parivar Patra Yojana came to be noticed to the state government. So these are the like total BPL card is 49 lakh 6,500, and total A card is 2 lakh 89,815. So BPL and A card benefits is 1 lakh 97, and people registered on PPL is 2 lakh 93 12 200, and total fair price shops in 9417. So these are the things that are doing there, illegally claiming them as a false as a BPL member. So moving to the next article, we are going to cover about the Building India's report and a milestone opportunity. Questions can be asked continuously. We are already seeing the news related to the Building India report and milestones. So the writers here is telling all the aspects of how the women's facing this, and what are the how it changes their aspects, how the climate change also have led to the crises in the the aspect of the life of females also affecting their lives. And the report is inadequate about the climate gender. So report here highlighting about its climate gender connections which must be certified within the policy. So let's start this editorial. So it's been already there is a many girls that are drop out from school due to climate change and migration, says a Didi from Dhanikar village in Kanka, Chhattisgarh. So generation was supposed to be better. It has been 30 years since the adoption of Beijing Declaration, and already the Beijing Act declared the 30 years of it. and it's outlining action plan on gender equality across 12 dimensions such as education, health, economics, politics. So it helped India to focus attention on a gender perspectives and pass the protection of women from the domestic violence and sexual harassment, women workplace prevention provision, reiteration pause act. It's a pause act. So the gender inequality and climate crisis are one of the greatest challenges of today, which are the quote of highlight. It shows the needs. It shows the needs to the integrate the gender and climate, especially for a rural communities. The inadequacy of a robust climate lanes in the Beijing India for report 2024. So India's report Beijing 30 plus significant opportunity, and it is not just imperative for achieving gender equality, but also essential for India's report on Beijing 30 significant opportunity. So existing qualities, inequalities, especially in the India's rural areas, leaves women, girls with less access to resources, decision making power, and also the malnutrition caused by food due to extreme heat exposure, caused by droughts, food insecurity, displacement to the higher rate, infertility, menstrual health concerns. So if you look the climate finances, they are primarily directed toward they are clean energy, green transport, energy efficiency. So according to the food agriculture organization of United Nations, it's a 6% of climate policies mention women, 1% mention living in poverty, 6% mention farmer. At a household or a family level, the increased burdens or unpaid care workers due to the climate related resources affect the women. Daily load work also continuously they are working for 8 hours without any payment. So already it is 71% unpaid worker, and also it wants that without effort or to combat climate change, time women spend on unpaid tasks could reach to 8.3 hours by 2050. So in India, it's 50% pregnant women are anemic, and its underlying cause of contributing factor to the maternal deaths, like 1.6 likely to suffer from anemia. Physical also there is a correlation to the temperature of rise and abuse for each other in a degree Celsius. Physical violence rose by 8%, sexual violence by 7.3%. So the role of women in adaptation is their traditional knowledges, sustainable agriculture, natural resources management is crucial and responsible for the world's food production. It's a waste management and pollution be priorities, but indigenous women 3 M's. It's 3 M's: Mahua forest based livelihood, Mayo safety, Mayo and migration. Writer is depicted here 3 M's. So the Beijing report has an inadequate climate gender connection which must be rectified, and there is need to be special focus on climate budgeting, using women to contribute for redirect sources, and a need for climate support hubs, especially for disaster support, health and women's safety and services. So the private facilitating community climate consultation also, and 20 to 30% farmer yield capacity to feed 100 million to 150 million. There is a technological interventions ensuring women participations and projects. So there is a need for cooperative partnership between government, civil society, private sector, citizen. So these are concluding the writing here. Moving to the next is about it's here the giving the safe to university future. So the national education policy proposes the child India soiled higher education, multidisciplinary education institution. So what will the transforming the existing system of universities, college, research ecosystem India to achieve. So what is a multidisciplinary? It is the existence of multiple disciplines single projects. It is a existence of multiple disciplines in single project of program without seeking interaction. Discipline exists parallel to each other, with each applying their own disciplinary method. Perspective maintain boundaries, cross-disciplinary collaborations between discipline without emphasizing the knowledge integrations. So the multidisciplinary campus is like IHE. It's an Institute of Higher Education, establishes a multidisciplinary campus in 2 ways. First is by adding the department to existing core disciplinary. For example, the Indian Institute of Technology for adding strength in humanities and social. So now they can take more than one subjects. Like if they want to add Indian like humanities with the social sciences, offering integrated master programs, economics and allied disciplines. And second is that creating a university cluster by connecting existing institution. For example, a commerce college can collaborate with arts college to create a cluster university. So this require administrative streamlining, not just a academic collaboration. So and also there is a all India Survey of Higher Education is ASI. It's a significant proportion shows that undergraduate college 35% of these are single stream. It means that one time you will only choose one subject. But now, and many of these are only B.Ed colleges. So it is making difficult to find appropriate disciplinary variety thereby. And in addition to have universities, we have at least the goal of having at least one average receipt by 2030. And so cross disciplinary is like learning and practicing. The future cannot be just a collection of multiples department, but also be open collaborations, diverse point of views, working across the disciplines. So at this stage, the faculty and students are expected to bring their disciplinary knowledge, collaborating in the fostering dialogue between the discipline, and this led to creation of a cross-disciplinary. For example, a course titled Economic Changes and a class structures which seen as a Indian cinema in a collaboration. So these are the over multiple years. And National Science Foundation's integrative graduate is IGRT. It's a is the United States is a good example of substantive investment in having teacher and researcher for future with a breadth skill, strength and understanding. So on interdisciplinary thought, like research requires deeper connections, and experienced writer article said that IGRT, that disciplines such as engineering and architecture participating student report challenges, and to avoid the interdisciplinarity from sliding traditional practice, there need to be overhaul funding, hiring, promoting plus. So writer is just concluding here, like American system this year which is organically grow over a country, one of the unregulated competitive environment. So moving to the next is that Modi order the strict action Varanasi gang race, and it's a constituency of Narendra Modi. So here was taking the strict action, and there is a spiritual Varanasi now leading economic hub. So PM Narendra Modi, Uttar Pradesh Governor Anandibet Patel, as Chief Minister Keshav, Deputy Chief Minister Amoria. So here is about the 180 crore reactional programs, and so the foundation's total of multiple development project inauguration, a few others over 388 crore in Varanasi Friday during the 50th visit to the MP in Lok Sabha constituency. So Kashi, the Asian name of Varanasi, has embraced only not only preserved the heritage but also embraced the modern outlooks. These are the, so here the it's past 10 year and it's transformed, and Kashi has gracefully embraced modernity while preserving the heritage. So moving to the next is, and also focusing on the modern development. Next is the, like, developed nations are more reliable trading partners, says Commerce Minister, and it's that when it is open Chinese firm to invest in India, not too much Chinese investment come, nor we encounter the raging any significant. So Indian were like insulted the worst form of impact of US tariffs, and the Indian captains industry were optimizing the meeting him with the 90 days pause to measure the announced. Next is that Indian EVMs are not connected to internet or Wi-Fi, says EC after US official comment. So in the simple EVM, which work like simple, correct, accurate calculators, cannot be connected to either internet, Wi-Fi or infrared, and so also it uses electro voting machines which are mix of multiple system networks like internet. While pressing the button choice, the voter can also see the VVPAT slips, and counting of a vote of even 100 crore can be completed in a less than day. No one can temper this. So these are the advantages of the EVM, that is has stood legal scrutiny by the Supreme Court and verbally checked by political parties. And one more is that ISRO does release the trials of long range glide bomb. It's a Gaurav. It's 1000 kg long. It's 1000 kg long between April 8 and 10, and Suo MKI fighter jet. During the trials, the weapons was integrated to multiple stations at different warhead configuration. So these are all for today. Tomorrow we'll meet with the new editorial. Now ending this session with a summary. Front page we cover this. Second we cover AMD BGP cells and about a partnership with the West. Third is about the IP index and BGP, and Beijing hit the back and Now also we have discussed about the detailed background information related to it. It's interim 90-day pause. Next is about the it's about the false info available to the BPL for AI benefits. Seventh is about the editorial covering what BG India reports. Eighth is about the giving the shape to university of future. Ninth we cover about the spiritual Varanasi is now leading economic hub. And 10th is about the nations are more reliable trading partner. And India EVM cannot chase internet or Wi-Fi. So thank you for today's editorial. I am ending this session on a sweet note that just give me feedback and suggestion if you like the content and whether it is good, bad, anything else, and what are improvements you want. I eagerly waiting for your comments that when and trying to improve on it, and anything that you want to modify, and let's aim for 100k, and I'm working more than 6, and just give me motivations to make a continuous series. And literally this PPT and delivering to it almost take more than 1.5 hour, and this I know everything is come at the cost of hard work. If you can't achieve, so I am working on it also, trying to improve the content by adding some slides, pictures through, so that you can betterly clear able to understand. So thank you for today. Let's meet tomorrow with a new session. Till now, stay healthy. Thank you. Study hard.